guys, so let me get down here on the level with you. So what we're working on today are pizza cutters. I have two of them to make. And I've had a little bit of frustrating morning trying to get them up and done, but so we're starting over again on the first one, and you're welcome to join us and watch along as we go. So the very first thing that we did is we sat it down a little bit and turned that end up so that I can kind of make a started scroll there. What I'm going to do now is I will, let's get a poker here, pointer. So what I'll do is I'll actually heat up this section right in here, and we'll get it good and hot. I'll set it down a good bit more, and then we'll tap that, upset that down into itself a little bit more, just to give it a nice tight little round section. And you'll see that round in the profile right in that area there. So let's see, maybe if I get a tilted just a touch there, you'll be able to see more of what I'm talking about. But we'll be rounding this section right here up to make kind of, it's, the technique's called a penny roll scroll. So we're working on making that penny for the roll, and what I'm planning on doing is having that be the center part that we put the rivet through that lets the wheel spin, and then from there it'll kind of scroll down and back up over on itself back into the handle, almost like a little S. But anyway, enough of me talking and gibbering. We'll get her up to snuff here and then come back to you. So we're starting with 5/8 parent stock here, and we're gonna set that down a fair good little piece. So it's a little bit on the cold side for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go heat that back up. Next heat, we'll be pulling in the corners just to make that round up a little bit. I don't know. I might actually upset it down onto itself just a touch there. We'll probably do that. Alright, so now we're setting it down on itself. Just true it up, come straight down on it there. Knock in that side there. Knock in this corner. Alright, we'll get her a good bit hotter again and go at it for a second time. But you can see that round is starting to turn up, right? It's starting to show out. So, anyway. I'll tell you a little story. A lot of folks come up to me and ask me all kinds of crazy questions at these demos that I do. Well, they're not really crazy, but so I have a frequent question that's asked me is, of course they ask about the Forged & Fire show that I don't want really any part of, but they always ask why I don't shoe horses. Now my idea of shoeing horses is yelling boo at them from the gate, and because of that, and that is because when I was about 12 or 13, our family had a ranch up in Oregon, and summers we'd go up and myself and my other two male cousins, we'd go up and work the cattle ranch. And well, I was helping shoe one of the horses up there, and sure enough, I got kicked out from underneath it through the gravel barnyard there, and scraped up a good bit of my cheek right there, right? So, being a small, spry little guy, I didn't have a whole lot of extra skin when they went to look for skin graft skin, so they had to pull it off my bum. So, yes, now I really am a butt face, but, you know, one of the side effects to that is I get a good chuckle anytime my mother-in-law comes to give me a kiss. Turn that cheek right to her and let her give me a kiss right there on the cheek. Totally not a true story, by the way. So we're hot again. Round and round the mulberry bush, the monkey chased the weasel. The monkey thought it was a lot of fun. Pop goes the weasel. We'll just planish that a little bit. Yep. Using the rounding side of the hammer, we'll planish it a touch. Which planishing is just smoothing the surface out, straightening it out a little bit. I don't want to get it too thin because we are going to have to nick this baby in half to give us the two legs. So, can you tell? What do you think? Looks round enough. It's pretty bloody big, actually, to me, but that'll give a good stout little center there. Nice and round. Little file work, a little grinder work, and it'll be right perfect. So, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in right in this section here, and we're going to draw this out. We're going to probably set off. We'll come back there, and we'll come probably 3-4 inches, 3.5 inches probably. We'll set that down, and then we'll draw that back out. And what we're doing is we're actually making those legs longer and thinner, just a touch. And we'll probably just take that down to about a 1/2 inch, maybe a little less, maybe a 1/3 of an inch or so. Alright, so we've got a good heat on here. We're going to find our mark there, flip her over, pull it back just a touch, because it does spread as we draw that out. I don't want it to give it too much of a committer, so yeah, there we go. Flat die down. Grew a fair bit there. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna keep knocking and setting that down. Reset my hammer in my hand. Alright, so just planishing at this stage, just knocking it true and square for the next heat. Yeah, I like it. She's getting pretty. And we'll set that with the scroll end up in the fire so that it doesn't burn off on us. and it heats up the underside of that belly that we just made. Next heat, what we're going to do is we're going to continue that thinning out process. I might do it on the treadle just to speed things up a bit. Alright, so as you can see, 3.5 inches is the width of my anvil, right? So we added about 1.5 inches onto the length there in drawing out that. And I'm just going to true it up just a touch here as we go through this. Now, the next thing is I want this to come in and down while this side comes up and down. So probably going to wind up doing this over the horn, but you can kind of get that idea that it's going to start to curl over on itself a bit there, right? Just out of camera. Crap. Right. So we're going to get another heat on that anyways. Right, my oldest daughter brought me some water. Cool stuff. Right, cool stuff too. That's bloody cold. Okay, let's see. Maybe we can move this booger back over here. And you can, hey, now you can see the horn. Cool, I can actually work over the horn of the anvil now. You'll be able to see it. So we want that scroll tip nice and cool. We come over the horn of the anvil here. You don't really want to damage that edge any. We just need to scooch in a bit. Alright, so this is kind of going to be a funky thing. Let me think on this a touch. I probably need to straighten that back out and go ahead and cut it. Get it in half. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay. Order of operations, dummy. You know? You screw something up though, guess what? It's just metal. You just have to be stubborn, more stubborn than the metal, and you can fix it. Which I am. Bend that metal to my will. Alright. So, how do you do that? You put the bow up, and you just kind of work it out until it gets straight, right? Like that. Now, we straighten it this way a touch, and true it back this way a touch. And we flip her back over, make sure that's all true and straight. Not too much. Alright, so low temperature, just persuading. We ain't forging, we's persuading. Okay, so what we are going to do next is off camera. I am going to cut this. I will use my angle grinder because it's a little more accurate, or I can be more accurate with it, but I will cut right down through here, back to here, all the way up and through that too, right? Alright, so we'll see you in a few. So while this booger over here is heating up, let me tell you a short story. So yeah, you know how I had that nice little curly cue balled up on the end, right? The penny scroll. Well, that penny scroll does not like to cut in half at all. So, after the third remake, I made the executive decision to say, screw it, cut it off. And we'll make a little flat spot that'll look nice and all that, but yeah, it's not going to be a penny. It's not going to be a half penny scroll or whatever it is, a snub-nosed scroll, whatever you want to call it. I'm not doing it on this particular item. Now, I've seen them for finials for handrails and stuff like that, and it works really, really well for that, but this pizza cutter's just not going to do it. So, we'll figure something else out. Anyway, we're up to heat, or just about should have anyhow. So I'm going to check on that and come hammer some here at the anvil, and we'll figure it out. So, what I'm doing here, I'm bending one single tine down. It's what's called a convenience bend, and it lets you isolate the two different sides. I'm going to heat it back up in this area here and make that bend just a little deeper. Jumped from 40,000 feet without a parachute. He jumped from 40,000 feet without a parachute. He jumped from 40,000 feet without a parachute, and he ain't gonna jump no more. Gory, gory, what the heck of a mess he made. Gory, gory, what the heck of a mess he made. Gory, gory, what a heck of a mess he made, and he ain't gonna jump no more. And yes, that convenience bend does wind up looking like the splits. At least mine does. But it's a bend for my convenience. Yours might vary. Mine looks like this. Nor am I saying that mine's the right and proper way of going about doing it either. So there's about as many right and proper ways as there are opinions on the matter, on how to do this stuff. So, you know, find what works for you, and that's the right, proper way. see. Before we get too far with that, I'll cool it so I can measure it without melting the tape. Okay, tape measure. From the kick nut. Cut. We have 5 inches. Cut. 1.5. That one needs drawn out some more.
We'll find that area right there and we'll be in like clean. Okay, spread it, buddy. Look like 2 antennae to me. Don't it to you?
Yes, boss. Okay, let's straighten him back up. And we can work in our bend. Or rather, make it look like 2 little prongs that go over the edge of the wheel. Don't want to burn up the project now. So bloomin' bloody long it took to get it to work out right. We don't want to mess it up. Okay. Hey. They almost match.
Pretty dadgum close there, folks. Pretty dadgum close.
There I am, just knocking the corners off. Make it a little less unpleasant to hold.
Where did it go, Douglas? Where did it go?
Okay, so that should give me enough back that it won't impinge on it to do that later on once these are up and bowed. Leastwise, when I'm out here by myself, quite often I do have friends and family come out and think they're going to want to spend time with Daddy or with me, and yeah, it's different. Daddy's a different character, so. Alright. So, what you may or may not be able to tell is I am starting to bend those tines out of the way. I'm going to bend them up and then curl them back over on themselves. We'll hold them. To save myself headache, yes, I bought a plastic POS piece of stuff pizza cutter. And yes, I'm stealing the nice blade out of it. It's a little heavier duty than what I could make myself, blade-wise. And, you know, this way I don't have to try and sharpen stuff without cutting myself. So yeah, anyway, I will rob this little booger of its pizza cutting wheel. Alright, so now we come over here to the horn. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Ba-do-do-do-do. Da-da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Oh, hi. Alright guys, I just got caught Making a fool out of myself, singing to the camera. No, that's not a fool. Oh, okay. I'm hungry. You do? Yeah? Huh? Yeah. Okay, okay. Let's go. Alright. And the same on the other side. Call out my Wookiee strength here. Because it's starting to get cold and stiff. So. The first one, the stupid arms broke on me. The second one, I wasn't real happy with the penny scroll. So. Okay. So now comes the fun. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to heat it back up right through here. I'm going to get that nice and hot. Clamp it over in the vise, and I'm going to pull one leg this way and one leg that way, just ever so slightly. Yeah, I think. Yeah. I think that's pretty spiffy. Here, take a look. Maybe if I can get it in focus. Okay, so yeah, something like that. If that's a plastic crap all around it, yeah, I think that'll do. All right, so I'll catch you in a few. I'm gonna go eat, and yeah, I'm gonna go eat, and then I'll go drill that booger, and we'll take off that wheel, then we'll put it in, rivet the thing together. That one might just be about ready to cut off and work the handle into something more appropriate. Anyways, thanks, and we'll catch you after lunch. Alright, so it's after lunch. I'm down to the point of cutting off the second one. I went ahead and really quick finished off the first one. It's ready to drill and put in and rivet. But yeah, so this is pretty much what they'll look like. It does have my touch mark on the upper part there. Yeah, so that's ready to get all that done to it and then buffed up. Like I say, I've got the second one in here. I'm down to cutting it off from the parent stock, thinning it out, making that nice little hook end on there, and putting the stamp in. And then it will be time to go down to the warehouse where I have my drill press. And yeah, we'll go from there. Cutting off. We're going to use the treadle off to the side of the camera here. Go ahead and cut that, just because it's a little quicker. get to go fishing. Get my arm all wet. That's alright, because I'm rather hot. Oh boy. Ooh, that's cold. Ooh, buddy. Yeah, that's cold. Ooh. Nothing like 38-degree freaking 50-gallon water drum. Yeah. I forgot. Didn't hit the button again. So you missed just a little bit of drawing out for the little hook thing. But you'll get to see it from here out. But I think I'm just going to do it continuous, so I don't forget. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do on the treadle hammer. From here out, I'm actually going to use the hand hammer. So after I use up this heat, we will move the camera again. Back to one of my forfeit. Alright, so, nope, all I've done, there we go. Right proper, we get the front end of the handle there. Quick heat, and yeah, just put black mark on my face. Yep. One more heat, we'll stamp it, and then that one will be ready to go down and drill, and yeah, snafus. Well, I've heard of whistling up a storm, but I never heard of singing one up. Alright, that'll work. Nope, not yet. I'm in the lower bucket of freezing water. There we go. It's cold now. Alright, so our next step is to take both of these down to the drill press, punch a hole through them, then come back up and rivet it. I'll probably use a copper rivet. They spread nice, but maybe not. We'll see what I've got. Anyhow, we'll catch you in a few. Okie dokie now. So, the way this is in fine print gonna say it's gonna go, it's just like this. Then we put this down like so, right through there. Up all the holes. There we go. Put it right there on the corner. Down in the corner, out in the streets, and the po-boys are playing good and nickel, bringing up their happy feet. Alright, and then we just kind of just do a little bit of a rivet. Another corner. Alright. And we're just going to play with that until we can make it nice and smooth turning. See, it does turn. And if the wind doesn't tear me out here, what we're going to do is I'm going to clamp this in the vise and squeeze here, which should let me open up where it's impinging on it right down here. So, alright, so that was the one that was all seized up. I got a little bit of polishing on it to do now. But for all intents and purposes, these babies is done. I'm going to tighten that up just a touch on the back sides. But yeah, because I like how this one's nice and tight. Yeah, it doesn't have that rattle. But yeah, anyways, I don't want to fiddle fart with it too much, because if I do, it'll break out and not work and be stupid on me. We're not going to mess with that one any more than that. So, yeah, there they are. Thank you for being patient and, sitting through this. Yep, so I need you guys to kind of really start thinking towards a giveaway for me. I'm probably going to I'm going to get Windswept Homesteads fork and spatula done up, and get those out. A pair of kitchen tongs to Kitty, made up and maybe sent to her. And yeah, then let's see. And I'm supposed to have the axe class get rescheduled here real soon. So we're looking maybe 3 videos out. So next week, week after, have that axe class. Maybe as far out as Thanksgiving. It would be really nice to have that giveaway before Thanksgiving. So let's take a thought on that and let me know what you guys would like. Whether you want me to make up something small like I don't know, like a hook of some sort, or you want me to make up a spatula or a steak turner for a grill. But out of those 3, spatula, steak turner, or a hook, what do you guys think would be a real good, usable giveaway? Since we're up over 250 now, I need to get my button gear and get that. I think the last number I saw was 266 this morning. So yeah, I need to get my button gear with that. So let's shoot for getting that done right around Thanksgiving. But definitely let me know what you guys would like as a giveaway in the comment section on this video. And if you happen to like the demos and whatnot that I'm doing here, if you could maybe share it with some of your friends. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe, but only if you like them. If not, it's not a big deal. Thanks for watching, paying attention to it, or whatever, fast forwarding through it. I don't know what you're doing, but if you could, give me a thumbs up and a comment, and let us know what we can do to improve. Thank you. Bye.